Alright, so I've been playing Call of Duty Mobile since it came out all the way back in 2019. I played it before it even had a zombies mode, and I would say I had a lot of fun playing it. Do I say I also have a lot of fond memories about this dumb mobile game? The answer is yes, I do. Like, literally, me and my best friend's friendship is literally built off of Call of Duty Mobile. And I don't think if Call of Duty existed, we'd be as good friends. Because let me just quickly explain to you how we met and how Call of Duty Mobile really impacted our friendship a lot. And no, we did not meet through Call of Duty Mobile. We actually met in 8th grade. So I was actually in the gym, and that's where we used to go every single morning before school started. Like, as soon as you got dropped off from school, you go straight to the gym. And you would sit there and wait for your homeroom teacher to come get you. Or you can just go to breakfast. That's also an option too. But during that entire school year, I don't think I ever went to breakfast. Not once. I don't know why I didn't do that. But I was just watching everybody come through the door because I was trying to figure out who was in our class. And by the way, forgot to mention, but it was also the first day of school. But I was sitting next to my cousin who was also in the same homeroom as me. And I'm just sitting there watching everybody come through. And I'm looking at a door and I see this short kid with buck teeth and like a Mario lunchbox come through the door. But I proceed to watch this guy walk up to our homeroom and I'm like, oh, we have the same homeroom as this guy. And I literally thought in my head, I wonder if he's lost. Because I'm not even kidding, I thought he was in elementary or either 6th grade. Like, no offense to that guy, but he was tiny. Like, this guy's growth spurt was late. And I could also tell this guy was new because I've never seen him before. And we had a pretty small class, so I pretty much knew everybody who came through the door, who was in our grade. But for the next couple of days, I actually didn't talk to him. But eventually, he sat next to me on the bleachers. And I noticed that this guy has a pretty high voice. Like, he sounds like a chipmunk. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I also had a pretty high voice back then too, but not as much as his. I quickly noticed that this guy was a character. Like, he would make fun of everybody who came to the door. And I don't really remember what happened between this point, but we ended up all downloading Call of Duty Mobile. Me, my cousin, and this kid who I figured out his name was Matthew. And that's pretty much what we would do every single morning for the rest of the year. Well, actually, all the way up to the point where school got canceled due to quarantine. But despite the quarantine, he would still call me. We gave each other our phone numbers. And we would just play Call of Duty Mobile like almost every single day. And I had a pretty big interest in YouTube. So I started recording our matches. And I'm not gonna lie, they became some of my favorite memories to look back on.
Bro, why are they working together? Oh my god, there's so many. Oh my god, dude, I'm getting away. Dude, there's so many. Oh my god, dude. There were so many. 10:30 at what? Where are you going?
I'm going to bed, man. I'm tired.
Going to bed?
Yeah.
Do you have a bedtime?
No.
She said 10:30, go to bed. Something like that.
Yeah, I like going to bed at 10:30.
Yeah. I think you have a bedtime, huh?
No, I don't have a bedtime. I can stay up whenever the freak I want.
You can do it.
I'm a big kid now. I'm a big kid now.
My god. You have no legs.
What?
You have no legs.
What?
Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Bro, he's a ghost.
Maybe it's nostalgia, but back in the old day, this game was so much fun. Like, I don't know, I just had so much fun playing Call of Duty back then. More than I do now. And don't worry, me and him are still friends, and we still play COD Mobile together. Obviously not as much, because we're both pretty busy. So we can't play all the time like we used to. And I also don't film it as well anymore. One, I honestly don't know how to film these videos anymore. Because yes, I can record gameplay. And that's about as much as I can do. But as time went on, I saw COD Mobile get more greedier and greedier and even greedier. To the point where there's more pay to win stuff in the game than there is more free stuff in the game. Like, let me just quickly go through everything that you have to pay for in this game. So if you want the Battle Pass, which is what most people get, it's $10, okay? And the Battle Pass comes with 4 epic character skins and like 5 epic weapon skins. Sometimes they swap. And you also get like 560 CP, which I also want to add, that's barely enough to even buy the next Battle Pass. Like, you get like 10 CP left over. What are you gonna do with 10 CP? Nothing. Like, if you're gonna have pretty much everything in your game cost money, how about add more CP in the battle pass so people can actually buy the things that you keep shoving down our throat constantly? But obviously, Call of Duty's not gonna do that. They like money too much. So if you never play Call of Duty Mobile, you're probably wondering, okay, what do you spend those COD points on? Well, if you go to the store section, you have 3 things you can spend CP on, which they are Lucky Box, Strong Box, and Crates. Now let's first look at Crates, because Crates have been in this game forever. Other than the Battle Passes, I think they were the first things you could purchase with money. Like, this is not an exaggeration when I say this, like, I'm not overacting for the video. Who actually buys crates? Because if you take a look at his crates for even like less than a second, you realize that they're mostly just full of junk. Like 95% of this crate is just junk. Like, the only things you could possibly want in this crate is either the character skin or the gun skin. But before I continue, let me just show you how much to get everything in this bundle. So if you just want to buy 1 crate, which let's be honest, nobody's doing that, but it's 85 COD points just for 1 crate. So you're probably going to most likely buy it in a bundle of 10. That's going to cost you like 765 COD points. And if you notice, there's this bar that tracks how many crates you buy. And if you look, just real closely, you'll notice that it also goes by 30. This means for every 30 crates you open, you'll be guaranteed something epic. Obviously, if you go take a look at the crate, it is just bloated with all these copy and pasted epic weapons and skins. So you're most likely not gonna get what you want just by doing, let's say 30 of them. And I'm gonna be honest, you're probably gonna end up doing like 100 of them if you want the character skin and the weapon. Let's just take a guess how much this is gonna set you back. It's gonna set you back 7,650 COD points. And I would have no idea if you actually would get the character skin and the weapon skin after spending that much COD points. Like, you're essentially paying for most of the time the green skins. Like, no joke, here's someone who spends like $20 worth of COD points on crates, and this is what they get after doing like 10 more. Like, that one spin probably costed him $10. And this is what he got. An epic sticker, like mostly green skins that he already owns. Oh yeah, did I not mention that you're probably going to end up getting mostly duplicated green skins? Because they don't go away when you get them. They're still there. And they still count as a reward. But it's just absolutely crazy to me that Call of Duty is just allowed to do this and people are actually buying it. And he also got 3 rare items, so you know what, I think it was worth it. Well, let's just think about this for a second. Not only the crates are full of junk, you're essentially paying for the same copy and pasted skins. I think you guys get the point. Stay away from crates. They're just absolute scams. Like, they are the worst thing in the store right now. Do not buy them. If you buy them, I'm sorry, but you're kind of stupid. You're not gonna get what you want. Why would you think that? Next thing in the store I want to talk about is lucky boxes. Now, these are new. I don't know when they added them, but they're new. And they're also full of just mainly junk. Like, the only thing you want in this box is this thing right here. Now, I think they're a little bit better than the crates. Because 1, they're cheaper. And 2, there's no duplicated items. So once you get the item, you're not going to get it again. I don't know why crates don't have the system set up yet, but they don't. But to get this item right here, it's going to set you back 1,800 COD points, which is roughly like $20 worth of COD points. But tell me in the comments if this skin and this skin is worth $20. Like, I don't know about you guys, but to me, it's not. Now, the last thing in this store I want to talk about is strong boxes. And yes, this is what they replace bundles with. And they essentially just work the same as crates. And I actually don't mind strong boxes only because you can get them for free. And as you can see, I opened a lot of these strong boxes. And unlike crates, once you open 100 of them, you can choose like a weapon skin or a character skin you want. And I think that's really cool. Because, you know, I didn't have to spend a house mortgage to get this. You know, I actually got rewarded when I played the game. And not all of them, but a lot of them come with more than just one epic skin. Usually they come with 4. Granted, they are just color swapped, but I think I'd just rather take this than that over any day. Now, if you played Call of Duty Mobile, you understand that everything I just mentioned isn't Call of Duty's bread and butter. This is not what people are spending the big money on. Like, nobody in their right mind is buying $75 worth of crates. It's this thing called Lucky Draws. Now, what are Lucky Draws? Well, these Lucky Draws contain legendary weapons, which is what people mainly open these crates for. Sometimes the epic characters too, they're pretty cool. But mainly it's the weapon. And these legendary weapons are very chased after because the only way to obtain them is by doing these draws. And the more you spin these lucky draws, the more next spin will cost. And the first 3 spins, you know, don't cost that many COD points, but the more and more you keep spending, the more and more it's gonna like almost double in COD points. To the point where we're roughly spending $100 worth of COD points getting a legendary item because it's not random. The last item in the lucky draw is always the weapon.
Please, please, please!
And I hate to say it, but I also fell for the lucky draw as well. And let me just show you how bad the luck is in these draws. I do the first draw, which is like 30 COD points. And wow, surprisingly, I get absolutely nothing. And to be honest, I figured I was going to get nothing the first draw. Usually you get either the avatar, the calling card, or the emote. I was actually taken back how much the price like just jumped up. It went from 30 COD points to 120 COD points. Like, that's crazy. The reason why I did this in the first place because I thought this draw was going to be cheaper than the other legendary draws because this draw only had like 7 like rewards, which means I only had to spend it 7 times. And the other legendary draws you have to spend like 10 times. And I quickly realized that it was not cheaper. It was roughly the same amount. I did the next spin and again got nothing. Just wasn't shocking at all. I was not expecting to get anything. And honestly, at this point, I should have stopped because it shot up again to $350. So I spent like $10 by far on this junk. Now, I wonder what I'm gonna get next. I bet it's probably gonna be the calling cards. Oh wait, it was the calling card. And wow, I have no idea what I'm gonna get the next spin. God, who would have saw that coming from a mile away? Alright, last draw. At this point, I spent 50 bucks. And of course, I still didn't get what I wanted in this draw. And at that point, I ran out of money because, you know, I thought, you know, $50 was enough to get everything out of this draw. Obviously, I was just so dead wrong. So I essentially spent $50 for this epic weapon skin. Was it worth it? No, of course it wasn't. Now you're probably asking yourself, why? Why would you spend that much for a cosmetic in a video game? To be honest, I don't really have a good answer for you. I'm just dumb. I've been playing Call of Duty since like 2019, which is 6 years. And throughout those 6 years, I've always wanted a legendary weapon. And I actually ended up achieving that goal. I have like 6 of them. And I got them pretty much all for free. And also, as a kid, I always wanted to do like one of these lucky draws. But I was just too broke. I didn't have no money. But now I'm an adult and I make my own money. So, you know, I just had a little bit left over. So I spent it on a lucky draw, thinking that I only would have to spend $50 on it. Yes, I understand that it is still pricey for a skin in a video game, especially a mobile video game. But I was like, you know what, I'm only gonna do this once, and this is one of my childhood goals to do. And I also have extra money saved up, so I might as well. So yeah, if I knew it was more than $50, yeah, I probably wouldn't have done it. Guys, do I be honest? Do I even talk about mythic draws? I guess I'll talk about mythic draws now. Now, mythic draws are just the same as, you know, the legendary draw with just a few differences. Obviously, one being it costs more because they obtain a more rare weapon skin. Or I haven't been mentioning this, but they also have character draws as well. I mean, just look at the AK-47, for example. These things look sick. But again, the only way to get them is by doing these draws, which you'll spend $150 just for the base weapon, not upgraded. Now you're probably wondering what I mean by upgraded. I'll talk about that later. Actually, never mind. I'm going to talk about this right now. Okay, so let's say you finally get a mythic and drop $150 on it. You know, you're like me with a legendary draw. You had like extra money left over from your paycheck or something. And you're like, oh, I really like this mythic 1 of 1 kilo skin. Now, what if I told you after spending $150 getting this skin, you only own the base version of this weapon skin? Because the things I think that make Mythic so unique are locked behind a paywall, which is absolutely crazy to me because these skins are already locked behind a paywall. Like, you're pretty much paying for another paywall. So to fully upgrade your mythic weapon that you just spent $150 on, $50 more than a legendary draw may add, you're gonna need these mythic upgrade cards. And yeah, you probably already guessed how you get those. It's by spending more money, and to fully upgrade your weapon, it's gonna cost you $150 more. And I really wish I was exaggerating. So in total, to fully obtain the mythic and upgrade it, it's gonna cost you $300. Yes, for a skin in a mobile game. Now, I can sit here and tell you that old COD Mobile was so much better before they had all these legendary draws and mythic draws. To be honest, it kind of always has been this way. Obviously, not as bad because they're still trying to figure out how to implement things in the early stage of this game. Like, I will always have fond memories of the old Call of Duty because of how much it affected my life. You know, like I said earlier, my friendship was literally built off of this game, and it probably wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for Call of Duty. And my YouTube journey started with COD Mobile. So, of course, new COD Mobile is not going to hit the same. I mean, I've been playing the same game for 6 years. I kind of know what to expect every single season. Like, sometimes they added new things here and there, like secret caches. I think this is really dope, and it gives you the chance to get legendary and mythic items for free, because we've been asking for this stuff forever, and surprisingly Call of Duty actually listens. And they also have like a lot of cool events going on like all the time that give you pretty cool rewards. But I think what really sets the game back and hurts it a lot more than Activision realizes is the microtransaction. You know, what this entire video is mainly about in the first place. And I think personally this is why they struggle to get new players to play their game, because like, who wants to download a mobile game for the first time? That's probably going to take you like 20 to 30 minutes to download in the first place, and then get hit with microtransaction after microtransaction after microtransaction. I think it's so hard for new players to get in this game because they see something they want, like a weapon skin or a character skin. They're like, oh, that's really neat. And then they figure out, oh, the only way to obtain it is by buying it with real money and spending half your paycheck on it. Like, no new player is doing that. It probably makes them want to click off and never play again because, well, there's no incentive to play your game if everything cool is locked behind a paywall. Well, I'm gonna be honest. Like, Activision has done a lot of cool and good stuff with Call of Duty Mobile, but the microtransactions have really stunted its growth. Like, if Call of Duty really wants their game to grow, and if they genuinely care about it, I feel like you have to cut down on the microtransaction. Like, it should not cost as much for a skin. But then again, why should they? It clearly works. People spend money on it, and they make so much money from it. So really, why? Why should Call of Duty Mobile get rid of these microtransactions if it's making them a butt ton of money? So this is where I'm like, yeah, Call of Duty Mobile did ruin their game by adding all these microtransactions, but it's also the player's fault for buying all these microtransactions. Like stuff wouldn't cost as much and Call of Duty wouldn't add it if people just didn't buy it, or at least as many people didn't buy it. So I think a lot of the fault lies on the player, and I just don't understand why so many people spend so much money on this game, especially if they don't make money off it and they're just a casual player. Like, what do you mean you're dropping $150 just like that for a mythic skin and you're not filming it for content? Like, other than that, you better have a good reason why you're dropping that much money. Like, I don't know, you just can't expect Call of Duty to change if you're spending money on the game. And this also includes me too. I know I'm not exempted from this, and that's honestly why I just don't expect it to change. Like, after I complete this draw, I'm kind of done spending money on this game. Unless it's for content, that's the only thing I'll do it for. And if you are spending money in this game, I would suggest you to stop, obviously unless you're filming it for content. And this video is almost 20 minutes long, and I didn't even cover all the microtransaction in this game, like the ground forces or the Volt battle passes. But before I go insane, I'm gonna stop there, and I'll see you guys next video.
It's don't listen to him.
You know what? I'm gonna trickster your butt. Next person who takes our Cody level, I will find you and I'm gonna take you out. Big time. Help! Watch out! Watch out!
I missed the epic, really. Dude! Bro, why did you blow me up? Oh god, you did.